A very good morning, students. Let's continue our chapter. In our last class, we have discussed about the local government, local self-government, and 73rd Amendment is about local government known as Panchayat Raj institution, and the 74th Amendment related to the urban local government. Urban local government means municipality, okay, and 73rd is for Panchayat Raj. Amendment means changes, okay. Now, according to the changes brought about by the 73rd Amendment, what were the changes that has brought, okay, because of 73rd Amendment? Let's discuss that. 73rd Amendment Act is related to Panchayat Raj system, okay. Now, three-tier structure of Panchayat Raj. At the base is the Gram Panchayat. The intermediary level is the Mandal or block or Taluka Panchayats. At the apex is the Jilla Parishad. The amendment also made a provision for the mandatory creation of the Gram Sabha. Now, according to that 73rd Amendment Act, a Panchayat Raj system has a three-tier system. Three-tier system we have one more three-tier system where in judiciary, right? District court, district or local courts, high court, and at the apex, at the top, Supreme Court. Similarly, in Panchayat Raj system has also a three-tier structure, okay? And at the base level is Gram Panchayat, and then Mandal or the block or Taluka Panchayat, whatever you call it. And at the apex, at the top is Jilla Parishad. Okay, and the amendment has made a provision, a change, a rules that a Gram Sabha must be there. The creation of Gram Sabha is mandatory. Without Gram Sabha, there will be no Panchayat Raj institution. All the three levels of Panchayat Raj institution are elected directly by the people. The term of the Panchayat body is for 5 years. 1/3 of the position in all Panchayat institutions are reserved for women. Reservation for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes are also provided in proportion to their population. Now, the election of the Panchayat, member of the Panchayats are directly. Okay, people directly elect the members, and the term for their election is 5 years. And in a village, 1/3 of the population, 1/3 of the member of that particular village, they will get, they are reserved for the women's. Okay, 1/3 of the member of the Panchayat Raj should be women. Out of 100, 75 members should be women. Okay, this is the reservation that has been given by the 73rd Amendment Act. And reservation for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes are also provided in proportion to their population. So the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, obviously they will get reservation in everywhere. There is not a single place where the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe didn't get reservation. So whenever you are writing anything, whenever you are writing like election or executive or working of institution, whatever, education, do not forget to write there is a reservation for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. Okay, this is very, very important. Do not forget. And in Panchayat Raj system, where the government has given a reservation for the woman as well as for the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribe. 29 subjects which were earlier in the state list of subjects are transferred to the Panchayat Raj institution. Appointment of the state election commissioner by the state government, who will be responsible for conducting election to the Panchayat Raj institution. The state election commissioner is an independent officer and is not linked to, nor is this officer under the control of the Election Commission of India. So, The election commissioner will be appointed by the state for the election, for conducting the election, the Panchayat Raj system, and we have already known that the election commissioner should be independent. He should not be influenced by any political party or any powerful person. Okay, and the election should be free and fair, like the general election. The Panchayat election should also be free and fair. State Finance Commission is appointed once in 5 years to examine the financial position of the local government in the state. So, there is a State Finance Commission because the local government comes under state government. Okay, we have to, if the Panchayat Raj institution faced any problem, they have to go to the state government, not the central government, because the Panchayat Raj institution comes under state government. So, the State Finance Commission will also be appointed after every 5 years to examine the financial position, whether the Panchayat area is located in a good place or not, or condition of the roads, everything what comes under Panchayat Raj. You must have heard about 100 days work, construction of the road, construction of the dam, or toilets and all. So all of these, okay, these are done by State Finance Commission. Now, the Census of India defines an urban area as having a minimum population of 5,000. At least 75% of male working population engaged in non-agricultural occupation. A density of population of at least 400 person per square kilometer. Now, the census, this is for, now we have already discussed 73rd Amendment Act, that is for Panchayat Raj, okay, Panchayat area. Now, the 74th Amendment Act, what were the changes? Census of India means where the population, where the number of the people have been counted. So, according to that census, in this 74th Amendment Act, in the urban, for the municipal area, minimum population should be 500. In order to have a local government, urban local government, that is a municipality, there should be a minimum population of 500 and 5,000. At least 75% of male working population engaged in non-agricultural occupation. So the male of that particular area, 75% of the male should be working and not in agricultural area. Okay, in order to have urban local government. Urban means town, right? A density of population at least 400% per square kilometer. Within a square kilometer, within 1 kilometer, there should be 400%. Okay. There are 500, this is according to the 74th Amendment Act, that is for municipal area. Now, there are 500 Jilla Parishad, about 6,000 block or intermediary panchayat, and 2,50,000 gram panchayats in rural India, and over 100 city corporation, 1,400 town municipalities, and over 2,000 Nagar panchayat in urban India. So, you must have imagined, right? 500 Jilla Parishad. We have only one Supreme Court, right? Apex. But in a panchayat system where there is a 3-tier system, there are 500 Jilla Parishad, 6,000 blocks, intermediary, 2,50,000 gram panchayats, 2,50,000 gram panchayats, 100 city corporation, 1,400 town municipalities, and over 2,000 Nagar panchayat in urban India. More than 32 lakhs members are elected to these bodies every 5 years. Of these, at least 10 lakhs are women in the state assemblies and parliament put together. We have less than 5,000 elected representatives. So, within 5 years, there are 32 lakh members are elected. Okay, every 5 years. All over India, at least minimum 32 lakhs members were elected, and of that 32 lakhs, at least 10 lakhs are the women, the member of the parliament, the member of the panchayats. They are 10 lakhs are women. Okay, and state assemblies and parliament put together, we have less than 5,000 elected representatives. In all over India, in state assemblies we have 5,000 representatives, right? But in panchayat area you will find once in a 5 year 10 lakhs of women. That is an achievement, right? The dependence of local bodies on the state and the central government for financial support greatly eroded their capacity to operate effectively. Now, these local bodies, this local government, they are dependent on the state and the central government for the financial support. And because of that, few of the development programs will have to withheld or will have to cancel sometimes, and or can take time, right? Because this government has to depend upon the center and the state for financial aid. I hope all of you are clear. This is a very simple chapter, and with this chapter we have completed our syllabus. Okay, I'll give you a few notes next week in our next class. Then we'll do some revision classes also. Till then, take care.